Inside the Classroom takes an in-depth look at one of Team Hardin County Schools' best teachers in action, featuring comments, class instruction, and insight inside the classroom.
So I decided to become a teacher only recently, about 4 years ago, for a few different reasons. One, my undergrad was in history and social studies, so when I was younger and in college, I knew at some point I did want to teach, but life took me down different roads and different jobs that I enjoyed. But it was once I was at United Way and really involved in programs within education that I realized that's where I belonged. I want to be with students, and I decided older students, to help prepare them for the real world, because education plays such a huge role in the future success of children, and in this case, young adults. So once I kind of saw that impact through United Way, I knew it's where I belonged, and so I decided to get my certification and become a teacher. It says, a killer is on the loose, and he or she has already claimed 4 victims. The most recent killing was just called in. A 20-something female waitress was found murdered in the kitchen of her restaurant she worked in. The murder took place sometime between 10 and 11 p.m. The FBI is still waiting for the autopsy report to come in with more specifics. The police and FBI have an idea of who the killer is, but they can't seem to get the case together and put the killer away. But if they don't figure it out soon, who knows how many people will fall victim. You and your team have been hired to investigate, build a case, and put the killer behind bars. So in each of your escape rooms, there are 8 locks. Now, I told you they're paper locks, right? But some are directional, color, digit, number, letters, a variety of different locks. So you're going to have to find the clues that can break that lock or open that lock up, essentially. So there's some puzzles you'll solve, just some clues to find that has that information. Everything in your escape room is fair game. There have been several people who kind of inspired me to become a teacher. You know, past teachers for sure that I've had before who made an impact on me, such as Ms. Hill and Ms. Jaggers, and even as an adult, when I thought about, changing career fields and getting into teaching, talking to my husband about it, and he was really encouraging. And even Miss Morgan, because I got to work with her through United Way and connect with her and just learn about all the great things happening in our school district. So again, it was another reason that kind of led me into what I do today. And then once you think you know what the combo is for the lock, you will write it down. You'll bring it up to me, I'll check it, and if it's correct, I'm going to give you a piece of evidence. So there's 8 different pieces of evidence that you will collect in order to build your case. So the goal is to find enough evidence to be able to get an arrest warrant from me. What do you need to have in order to get an arrest warrant? Probable cause. Very good. So you're going to have to find enough evidence to prove probable cause. After each code you break again or figure out, bring it up to me so I can check it. If it's correct, you'll get a piece of evidence. And then whoever gets the arrest warrant first, they win. So today in my class, you're going to see an escape room. So it is my Law and Justice class, which is an elective. It's mainly seniors, some juniors. It's my absolute favorite class to teach just because of the topic and just the creativity I can bring into the classroom. So a lot of times we'll have guest speakers, we'll watch videos, but today you'll get to see an escape room, which is like a traditional breakout room that you would go to, where they'll be placed into 3 different groups. And their goal is to essentially crack the codes of 8 different locks, solving puzzles, looking for clues. The puzzles are about things they've learned in class, so they're going to have to recall that information and apply it. And with each code that they are able to figure out, they'll get a piece of evidence that they'll then use to essentially build a case to try to prove who they think the suspect is. And so in order to have enough proof, they're going to have what we call probable cause in order to get an arrest warrant. So whichever team does that first wins.
Do we walk around the library? Like, so there's like evidence?
Everything you need is right here in your little room. Everything you need.
There's 2 numbers there. That's also a number for the 4-digit lock. It says 4-digit lock on it. That one also says 4-digit lock. That one says 4-digit lock.
The locks are just kind of scattered around.
Ms. Garrett has done an excellent job of incorporating a variety of different instructional strategies and different ways of looking things, always interested in bringing in technology and anything else that might help students see the application for what she's talking about. Another thing that Dana has that you really can't teach is she was involved in some other things before she came to education. So she has direct connections to a lot of the real life applications that are going to impact her instruction.
I'm really challenging your memory here. It's been a while since we talked about that, huh?
Do we have to like go in order with the clues?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Nope, you can go in any order you want. Good question.
Okay, so we get
Let me see what it is. Yeah, I would check one at a time. So, number 5, date, month, and year. So you have the date as 06, the month as 6 for June, right? And then the year is?
66.
You got it. So you all were Team Black. So you get your first piece of evidence. Hooray. You guys are. Everybody does it first, and then after a few minutes. Oh, you got one.
we have a guess for 4. Is it that?
It is.
Okay.
When you guys were purple or green?
Purple.
Purple. I'm backwards. You don't want 8, you want 1.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job. I told the other group I'm really making you all think. It's been a while since we've talked about some of this, but I have faith. You'll remember. Which one? Lock 5. You got it. And yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Garrett's an effective teacher because she goes to above and beyond. She not only teaches you, but she also makes sure that you're going to pass her class. She doesn't let any kid fail.
Lock 5 is correct. You guys were green, is that correct?
Yes.
The 5 left.
Everything is
matters.
fair game. Number 3,
That was the blunt object.
you are close but not correct on number 3. I cannot, not yet. But you're on the right track.
You want to look at that while you figure out the letters?
So your 3 is close but not correct. If that's the hint.
Jury instructions, that's confusing.
Closer. Dang it. Closer. Is it Kate? It's
Alibi
Kate.
statements for the people. This is the autopsy report for the girl.
Think about the steps in a trial. I talked about it like when you write a paper from start to finish.
Wouldn't
This
it
is
be?
the alibi for this
Wouldn't the jury
person,
instructions
and
come
then the alibi
first?
for that person.
Second. When they put that.
I think it's
So
You want a pencil with the new
your opening statement's going to be correct, right?
Yeah.
After the opening statement, what's going to happen? Both sides essentially kind of give you a preview of what to expect and then what happens next. Think about writing a paper.
Evidence.
Very good.
And then cross-examine, and then closing statement.
Okay. And then what would happen at the end after both sides have made their case?
Wouldn't it be
Who does it pass off to at that point?
Jury.
Very good, Sam.
Oh yeah, so the jury instructions.
There you go. Yes, it doesn't really make a word.
What?
M-A-N-K-H.
Bingo. Wouldn't you like to know?
Depending on the outcome of the trial, you go appeal at the circuit.
There you go. Very good, guy. Very good.
What makes Ms. Garrett such an effective teacher is that she can always make sure that you understand what you're learning, but she makes learning fun.
So I should have told you, it's going to be like right, left, up, down. Right, left, up, down, right, left. So I'm glad you reminded me.
Which one?
Hey guys, real quick for your Lock 7, the directional, it would be like up, down, right, left.
Okay. Not like.
So not north, south. Nope. Yes. So you're number 3? Yes. So what would you say the letters are? Write those down on your little piece of paper.
So is it that then?
You got it.
Okay.
And you guys are not this one, you're this one. Purple, right?
Yes, perfect.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. That is not correct. So when you think about the steps in a trial, I said think about like when you write a paper, how the process works. What happens first, and then what's the bulk of it, and then the ending.
You have it, you have it.
I might put this somewhere else.
So the verdict is obviously the ending.
Very good.
Where would this go though?
Shouldn't go like
At the top?
pre-trial first, like where your charges are introduced.
That is correct. But this is after pre-trial when the criminal trial actually happens. But you're correct.
Ms. Garrett's an effective teacher because she builds a relationship with the student instead of a teacher-student bond. It's like a friend to talk to.
There's this. Well, they're looking for stuff.
Which one are we looking for? The direction. You got it. And you guys are green. No, nope, you can take them all out. Yep, you can take them. That's completely fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it has to. It's part of the thing. That's why I was just making a point. So that's I was.
Oh, secret agent pin. Wait. Okay. Wait a minute. We got it.
Smart.
Good job, Sam.
We need to be quiet. Oh my god. You're so loud right now.
You got one?
Is that right?
It is not, but you're closer. Huh? So what's another word that could be like introducing?
Opening.
There we go. So you're starting with opening statements from both sides. Then after both sides have kind of given you an overview of their case, what's going to happen next?
They bring in the jury.
Well, the jury's there the entire time, right? Because they're listening on the sidelines.
Doesn't it go with jury instructions then? I think. Because I know it goes closing statements, then jury goes.
Yeah.
Listen to Brace.
Yes,
This one's for number 7.
yeah.
Hey, didn't you already get that one? Oh, no, this one's number 6.
It's 6.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a
I
minute.
just agreed with you.
So, close, but no.
Okay, so we do not include the preamble.
Wait, doesn't it go like closing statements and prosecution?
I'll have to look at that one with you.
A lot of the things that Miss Garrett does include, one of the things she's phenomenal at is working with a co-teacher and using a lot of collaborative type activities in any type of our classes. So a lot of turn and talk with her students, getting them to work with each other so that they can work through concepts they don't understand. Again, she uses a lot of technology in what she does, and just has a very exciting and upbeat way of presenting the material that keeps kids engaged and involved.
So walk me through your logic.
So it's what we did was just the order of the articles and what color they lined up with. So our first thought was the preamble is green, and then the article 1 is yellow, article 2 is blue, and then article 3 is red. So we had the first letters there. But possibly I could say that the preamble is not numerical, so it could just be crossing out the preamble and then going on like the actual numbers.
Gotcha.
And so it would go yellow, blue, red, and then green.
Okay, I remember. I'm remembering now.
Okay.
Think less about that and think more about the number of colors, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes. So there's
That one was the harder one, and I had to refresh my memory.
Number 3, 4, and 6.
3 is correct. 4 is correct. 6 is not correct, but you got 2, and you guys are Team Black. I'm a-coming. There you go. Good job.
Is it RBYG?
Yep, and it could have gone a couple of different ways, so I think you all picked up on that one, so good job. And you guys are
Purple.
purple, and there you go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, good job. Oh, good job.
We destroyed your picture frame.
That's okay.
We're sorry.
That is,
700 of your pictures and one of them. I don't
yes, there are, that's okay. Good job. Some of the best practices I have found to meet my students' needs is just to try to do a variety of different, or use a variety of different tools in the classroom. So for an example, an escape room. This is something that engages almost every student in the class, which is really hard to do nowadays. Now it takes a lot of prep work for it, but trying to find unique ways to engage students and to help them learn in a different level is something I always try to do. So I don't always teach the same way. Sometimes we'll do notes, sometimes we'll watch videos and answer questions, we'll analyze some primary resources. So trying to hit a different a level of strategies to try to meet the needs of students because they all learn very differently. So try to find ways to incorporate that into my lessons to make sure they're getting it and they're understanding it is always a big goal of mine. All right, here I am. All right, which one?
The color lock.
No.
Okay, 4, 3.
Wait, what if it's like...
M-A-N-K-H, you got it.
Can we solve it before we get all the clues?
Before all of them, I think.
Okay.
But you will need most of them, if I recall correctly. But it's on you. If you think you have enough to prove it, bring it to me.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're all T. They're all A. Like if we're doing coming off an article, they're all for A.
So remember your hint with that one is first letter only, meaning of the color, and then in numerical order.
Yep. Which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And IVVVI is 4, 5, 6.
We're looking at thinking about the color in numerical order.
Okay, wait. I don't know.
Like as in how many letters are in the color?
I like your thinking. It's not right, but you're thinking about the color and not what the actual information that's there. So don't overthink.
How many times the color appears?
Ooh.
So we got red, yellow, blue, and then green.
You got it. Good job. See, sometimes you just overthink, and it's easy to do that.
I was like, hold on.
Yes, that's the hardest part about these.
Why there was more of
Welcome.
one color. I was like,
Okay, we got some fingerprints.
Alright.
And hair samples.
Alright, yeah.
You want this?
This is our DNA analysis.
And this is 4.
So, you know, for some that aren't actively involved, you could have them start going through the evidence to see. So maybe split up. Some are looking for the clues, some are going through evidence.
Oh, these are separate 1 and 2. Okay.
Do they all have numbers on them? Like the evidence?
Yeah, this one has 1.
And they're more labeled just for me, just so I know what folder they go in, to make sure you guys are all getting the same ones.
I enjoy her class mainly because of the environment that she has us in. She's like, keeps it like really warm and cozy in there, but it's also just a peaceful environment that somebody would just choose to go to.
What I enjoyed most about Ms. Garrett's class was going in there and being able to talk with her every day and enjoy the class, but you're still learning a lot.
The thing I enjoy most about Ms. Garrett's class is that we get to be with partners and we get to talk to people, and I guess that relationship, instead of being with a teacher, it's like a friend.
Okay, green, yellow, green, blue.
For number 6? No. So your hint is, you did the first letter only, which is correct for the color, but the colors in numerical order.
So is it green, yellow, blue, red?
So, you have to look at your clue that just fell to try to figure that out.
Yeah, and I think we. That's based off of the.
Bingo.
Okay.
So did you all found, oh, you did fine. Yep, I know you did. Yes.
Directional lock.
No. but actually, nope, it is. You're right. You got it. And you guys are back. There you go.
Yellow, blue, red, green.
No. Show me your logic.
You said numerical and.
The color in numerical.
Oh, so it would be red, green, yellow.
No,
red, blue, green, yellow.
No, it would be blue, red.
It would be the starting letter of each one.
Yeah, so blue,
Yellow will be last for sure.
green,
Red.
red, and then yellow.
Do you think it's intentionally?
I'm thinking it's the
Colored.
number of the words. And
How many of each color there are?
Oh! But then she got a different ride and was sent one more time.
So red.
Red. So whoever took
Yellow.
yellow, green. So hold on, slow down.
After 10:30.
Red, blue,
And then I
yellow,
was looking at
green.
these because it tells when they're alone or something.
Yeah.
Miss Garrett does a lot of work with those students. She's one of our technology fellows, so she's helping out there with professional development and other help with staff anytime they need opportunities to maybe embrace a different technology modality that may help them in their classes. She's just readily available to those around her when they need her.
How did you all figure out lock 1?
Yeah, this one?
Mm-hmm.
It was somewhere on the, it had 2019, somewhere on like the case days or something. Oh, I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. You all got lucky with finding that because, I mean, that was correct, but there was another way to find that. And in the way to find it, you all have not yet found by looking at something in your area you haven't yet paid attention to that's specifically there. Do you like that? Remember, everything in your station, everything here in the setup is a part of it.
So we're good right now.
And that's also will help you find your last clue as well. And you don't have to take the frame apart, but that frame is a good start. Yeah.
6660.
You got it.
I was right again.
No, I was the one who said 666 because I seen the
I
devil
know, but I
sign. I
didn't.
seen the devil sign.
So we have, they said everything's fair. 2 4-digit codes. One of them is 2019.
How'd you find that one?
We found it from the light from the picture.
Show me.
Right here. Yeah, sure. Hey, shine this on the light here. 2019.
Good job.
And then we have a case number. 7856.
You don't need that one. So what lock number was the other one you're telling me about?
Lock 1 and 4. Yeah, 1 and
8. What'd you get? What was your other number?
1. Like the number. 7856.
That is not correct.
Ms. Garrett helped me succeed because, like I said earlier, she doesn't let any kid fail. Like, she's gonna go above and beyond and do more than what her part calls for to help you to go down the right track.
Ms. Garrett helps me succeed and do my best by holding me very accountable for doing my work right, but also, like, she teaches more than what you need to understand, if that makes sense.
Ms. Garrett helps me succeed in class by not just teaching us and like just one time. She goes in depth with the answer and the question to help us understand it more.
So are we on the right track using this?
Yes.
Okay.
Not on Big Red though. What is another prop that you have not yet used on your desk that has not helped you yet?
Okay, but it's Big Red and the.
We found it 2019.
Okay. So you found it.
You found the 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So you're trying to crack your last one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Was there anything else you found in the coat?
Oh, is there another? Oh, what?
Yeah, those are receipts.
We can set you free lunch or one-on-one lunch.
Dana is an alumni as well. So she's invested in Central Hardin because she came through the system. And so Central Hardin is very personal to her, and wanting to make sure she's having an impact on the next group of Bruins that comes through is something she's passionate about, and that reflects in everything she does.
We have them right there.
All right, let's come over here so they don't hear you. My greatest joys in the classroom would be just working with the students. You know, I intentionally chose high school because I say they're like almost adults, right? They're big people who have really good thoughts and ideas. And it's really fun to hear those ideas and thoughts. And it gives you a lot of hope for the future because they're so smart. They have, again, great ideas and they're so motivated. And it's really cool to see how they progress through high school. And then following them even after high school to see how successful they are is definitely one of my the biggest joys I see in the class.
Half of the evidence found at the crime scene, there was a receipt in the pocket that says he bought it.
Okay.
Because it says gloves, ski mask, duct tape. Those are all part of him.
So who's he?
Stanley Bill.
Okay, so the receipt, you said?
So the receipt, and then, okay, we have to go back to the beginning. Yes, that was all of the stuff found on him. And then his original plans for the night was to just go to a friend's house, and he didn't know them, so he stayed quiet and then came straight home. But then there was gloves with the blood splatter there, which he bought with the receipt. His sneaker was found there, and there was which paper had the mark of the sneaker? Oh yeah, his footprint was there. So that's his footprint, the receipts, the evidence found there was blood splatter there, and the blood that I think was found on those mittens matched up.
Matched up with him.
Where's the victim report?
Victim report's right. Those just...
There's so many papers.
There are a lot. But based on what you have shared, I feel like that is enough probable cause to issue the arrest warrant. So good job. You all did it.
All right.
Woo!
Nice.
Murder solved. Now we got to go find them.
Ms. Garrett will be remembered by the students here as somebody who actively was engaged in their lives and wanted to have an impact on who they are and what they want to be.
First of all, how did you like it?
It was pretty fun.
So when former students come by to visit, it's definitely one of the highlights of my day. So a lot of times in my class, you know, can't always tell. You know, I always hope that students enjoy it and they're getting a lot out of it. But whenever they've moved on from my class and they come back to visit, then I know for sure they've enjoyed it and they got a lot out of it. And we have built that relationship. So it's something that always makes my day. What evidence did you all not have that you wish you did that would have made it probably a little easier?
Cameras.
Cameras, good.
I've never seen any.
This is the 20th century. How do you not have cameras? There's a camera right there.
Well,
Like your voice just went up like 10 notches.
Oh, I can go even higher.
cameras, yeah. You all would have had it on camera.
I remember Miss Garrett in the future because she goes and she's just one of those people she can just go talk to. She builds a type of bond that's not just a teacher bond. You can go to her for anything, whether that be school related or personal problems. She's going to be there for you.
Ms. Garrett would be a teacher I remember in the future because she built more than like a teacher-student relationship. Like she's somebody you can always come and talk to, and she's just a fun person to be around.
Ms. Garrett will be a teacher that I'll remember in the future because I've never really had a teacher do this to me, so I'm glad that I get to have a teacher like Ms. Garrett to help me through this class and that school period.
What obstacles do investigators face as a result of rights guaranteed to citizens?
We said limitations to evidence and what we are allowed to legally use.
Very good.
Like what time it is found, how it's found, and double jeopardy.
Oh, very good. So it kind of puts some restrictions on the things that you could use or say. Absolutely, very good. Teachers are so important for so many reasons. So I always tell people who are not in education, schools, teachers, it's so much more than just the content that we teach. Yes, that's a part of it. I teach civics and economics and law and justice, and those are very important topics, and that content's very important for students to learn. But connecting with those students and building relationships and encouraging them and pushing them and holding them accountable is something that's so important in their future success. So without that, I think it would make it a whole lot harder for those students to be successful in life. So we really help set that foundation for them to set them up for success later in life.
You